Thanks for tuning into the Finance News Network. With me today from Lake Resources is Managing Director Steve Promnitz. Steve, welcome back and thank you so much for coming in on a very special day. You've just announced results that I suspect the market has been waiting for some time. First results from the Cauchari Lithium Brine Project. Tell us about the news.
Thank you, Jessica. The key takeaways are that we got 480 milligrams per litre lithium. Now, that probably doesn't mean much gobbledygook, but just to put it in context, there's basically three key takeaways. First of all, they're similar results from similar horizons as the project right next door to us. And the project right next door to us is called Cauchari as well. Ganfeng, the number 2 lithium producer, has just paid nearly 400 million US to buy half of that. And the best of all is that it's proof positive of a long-held theory of ours, that we can drill alongside these major projects on the margins and actually find the same sort of results. And so, look, we could get 400, we could probably get better numbers or actually targeting deeper horizons, but it's like game on. We've finally demonstrated after more than 3 years, we've got the same sort of brines as right next door. So yes, it's exciting times.
So just remind us, how did you come to acquire this site in such a tightly held region right next to a major?
If we go back to early 2016, people weren't that interested in lithium, they weren't that interested in Argentina. It just had a change in government. We turned up with a couple of lithium brine experts from Chile and Argentina, and we looked at where could we find a major project, and we were fortunate in getting Cauchari, and where can we find something that's near the majors. The long-held theory back then was that these things look like a saucer, so deep in the middle and thin out on the margins. So you want to be out in the middle. And an oil and gas guy that I'd worked with back in the 1990s said, no, that's not the case. These things look more like rectangles, like swimming pools, steep sides. So if we drill on the margins, that's going to be the same as drilling out in the middle. We were fortunate those areas were available, we pegged them. Look, it has taken 3 years to get to this stage, but now we've actually got results that prove that, and next step is then to go and drill at Olaroz as well. So it's been a long time coming, but it's good to see those sort of exploration theories come to play.
And what about Cauchari, Steve, your flagship project? What's the latest there?
Well, as I mentioned last time, we're in a pre-feasibility study. We've actually announced an international engineering firm that's assisting us, Hatch. But best of all, we're underway with our pilot plant. We're in the design and engineering phase at the moment, get into construction, and we aim to have a pilot plant showing this direct extraction process operating on site towards the end of this calendar year. So it's travelling well. Now we've got Cauchari underway as well, and then next will be drilling at Olaroz.
And Steve, you've just returned from a pretty significant conference on electric vehicles. So you've got your ear really close to the ground. You know what's happening in the sector. What can you tell us? What's the latest?
Bloomberg New Energy Finance, together with UBS and Benchmark Mineral Intelligence, held a conference in New York recently and part of their roadshow around North America. And it's interesting that not only are they talking about the real demand, we're seeing more gigafactories being built, we're seeing more electric vehicle suppliers seeking batteries, we're seeing shortfall on those batteries, but the key news is actually outside of that conference. It's just what's happening in the market. So Ganfeng back in early April moved in next to us at Cauchari and have moved up to 50% of that project. Since then, in May, they've moved into a project in Mexico, Sonora, and they've purchased, I think it's around nearly US 30 million, it's in pounds, but nearly US 30 million for 30% of the company and 20% of that project. So the lithium suppliers are buying projects. Then on the demand side, we've seen Volvo sign up a 10-year agreement with LG Chem and with CATL on providing batteries for 10 years, and we've seen Volkswagen sign up with Ganfeng Lithium on lithium supply for 10 years. So there's quite a lot happening. On top of that, we've had Ford stump up with $500,000 for a startup SUV producer out of San Francisco after Amazon have put $700 million into it. So there's a lot happening. And quite often, the markets can be a little bit soft in battery minerals, and we think, oh, maybe it's not happening. Like, it's coming down the pipe. The big players are moving, the automakers are moving. So the great thing for Lake Resources is we have a large project which is scalable. Those projects are in the best part of the world for lithium brines. They're at the lowest cost, and we continue our discussions. We're quite advanced both in Asia and North America in finding the right development partner to take them into production in the near term. So it's It's an exciting time.
Very exciting indeed. Well, thank you so much for the update on the sector, and congratulations on the drill results, Steve Promnitz.
Thank you.